Good evening, John again for the Immaculate Grid. I'll just for my preamble portion here, I guess I'll just talk about the Packers. See the cheesehead there. No, they did not play very well last night. They played a very boring game that made a lot of mistakes and ended up with throwing an interception. It's still like a winnable game, but throwing an interception in the last minute or so. Defense played pretty well, but it was a very boring game, and so I was shifting back to the baseball playoffs because I mean that's my first love after all. And I did get to catch the ending of the Braves game with that spectacular catch by Michael Harris and Harper. I mean, I don't even think he did anything wrong. It was just like I think he barely was past second base. And Harris just makes a leaping catch and manages to double him off. Maybe he should have stopped at the base. I don't know. But the throw even got overthrown. I was trying to like piece together where Harper should have stopped to not get doubled off on that play. He was the tying run. But what a thrilling way to end the game. Um, anyway, uh, that's enough preamble. Let's play Immaculate Grid. Let's start sharing. Let's start playing. I think I did all right yesterday, right? 13, yeah. Yeah, pretty good. That's 13 as of, whenever I did like 7 o'clock last night. I have no idea where it ended up. All right, we got the Brewers, which is good. We've got 200 strikeouts, which is not as good. I don't do as well with 200 strikeouts. Um, we got the Blue Jays, and then over here we got the Padres, Cubs, and San Francisco Giants. All right. So I know I've used Candy Maldonado before. I'm gonna mix it up this time, come with someone else. Um, let's see. How about if I've used Jason Beret? He played for both Chicago teams and the Brewers. He goes point one. Let's see. Padres and Brewers. How about Mark Newfield? I think he might have been traded for Greg Vaughn, if I'm not mistaken. Padres definitely got the better of that trade. I'm obviously not going to do Greg Vaughn. Mark Loretta would be another fun one, and then Josh Hader is probably going to be the most popular. Um, you could go Taylor Rogers was in, or actually, which one was it? It was whoever it was. He didn't pitch very well for us. And it was Luis Urias would work and Trent Grisham would work. So there's a fair amount of trade history there between the Brewers and Padres, but I'm going to go with Mark Newfield. He goes point one. And then for the Giants and the Brewers, if I don't want to go with Candy Maldonado, because I've used him a couple times, he's I think a cousin or second cousin of a good friend of mine. But I'm not going to let's see, who else? Daryl Hamilton will work. Um, but I like to use Daryl Hamilton on with other teams. And he's a lot more he's probably a lot better known for the Brewers than he was for the Rockies or the Mets or any of his Rangers, any of his other teams. Um, one other person who will work is Royce Clayton. He played one season with the Brewers. Um, Eric Young played like a half season for the Brewers. Ray Durham played a half season for the Brewers. Sorry, Eric Young played a half season, I think, for the Giants. Played a lot longer for the like 2 years for the Brewers. Durham played a while for the Giants. A lot of options to choose from. I'm trying to think about who McCutcheon will probably be a very, very popular one because he's played for both teams. Um, and yeah, just kind of dancer. Mike Matheny will work. Actually, Matheny will work here, and I think it's a better pick here because he only played for the Blue Jays during the '99 season, I want to say. Then he goes to the Cardinals, and he finishes out with the Giants. He goes point one. It's a very, very neat start. Probably not going to be that way for over here. Let's see. Blue Jays and Cubs. Blue Jays and Padres. Blue Jays and Padres had a major blockbuster trade, of course, between the two clubs. I believe prior to the 91 season is where the Padres send over Joe Carter and Roberto Alomar in exchange for Fred McGriff and Tony Fernandez. So four very marquee players. Two are in the Hall of Fame with McGriff's induction this last summer. Um, played big roles, and it's not like you would say the Padres lost the trade, but like McGriff played very well over there. And then Fernandez actually ends up back in Toronto for the 93 season. So he's able to win a World Series with the Blue Jays, which means all is right with the world. I also know Matt Stairs will work here at least. Some other Padre Blue Jays. I don't know if I can use Jose Cruz again. I don't think I can. I'll come back to that. I think down here I'm going to go with Eric Young, senior, because I know he was traded. I think it was during the 02 or 03. I think 03 season he was traded. Senior, yeah. So he balloons up to 0.3%, but it's still a pretty good one. Man, one of these days I just gotta like learn because like some names on the top of my head. Christy Mathewson seems like a guy who would have 200 strikeouts, but I don't know for sure. Um, Same thing with uh Pete Alexander, Grover Cleveland Alexander. 200 strikeouts. I know Randy Jones did not get 200 strikeouts. He had like 75 the year he won the Cy Young Award. Um, Kevin Brown will work. PV will definitely work. Um, I don't know how obvious Kevin Brown will be. He had a magnificent 1998 season, but it was just the one season in San Diego, so I don't know if how closely that'll register. Let's try to close this out then, I guess. Other Padres who end up in Toronto or vice versa. Hmm, Ricky Henderson works. That might be, ooh, David Wells would work. That might be a sneaky one. I don't know actually how sneaky that is. David Wells is not a sneaky looking person. Um, dancing around, dancing around. 200 strikeouts. I want to say Carl Hubbell's got to work, right? Nope. No to Carl Hubbell, huh? Oh, I thought I was being seen. He strikes out Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin in order in the All-Star game. But he couldn't strike out 200 people in like 380 innings in any of his MVP seasons in the 30s. You kidding me? Oh, it gets me again. It gets me again. I should have done this so I could be more suspenseful. Now I've got like four to fill out here, and man, it makes for an awkward rest of the video. Um, well, I do want to get some of these, so I guess I'll go with Matt Stairs. 1%. Great. How does Ricky Henderson do? 9%. People remember that. I'll see how Kevin Brown does. 12%. Okay, so these, yeah, I mean the problem, like I'm with you look a bunch of guys. I'll bet Gaylord Perry did it the year he won the Cy Young Award, I think that would have been a better pick. But I don't know for sure. I just don't know 200 strikeouts all that well. Um, let's see. Try to finish on a strong note. It maybe Rick Crucial. I'm actually not even sure on him. Actually, probably not, because I know he didn't get. He played a long time, didn't get to 3,000 strikeouts. So I don't think he'll work. Um, Arrieta certainly works. Zambrano, I'm sure he works. 200 strikeouts. Why is that category so weird for me? I'm gonna go with Pete Alexander. Let's see if he was there. Grover Alexander. Nope, not him either. So I think that's the worst one. I've gotten this bad before, but not on video. So I think that's the worst one. So Kerry Wood, Tim Lincecum. I mean, I didn't actually say Kerry Wood, but I feel like I would have gotten him. I would have gotten someone if I was just going to complete it. Um, yep, I'm over here. I'm over here. There's at least 25,000 people who've defeated me on this grid. Let's see some better ones. And Padres is the one I was able to get. I actually don't feel too bad about 12% from Kevin Brown if only 8 people got it. Means it was basically par for the course. Blake Snell being first is not surprising. PV I mentioned. I was not going to say any of these other guys with any kind of confidence. James Shield doesn't surprise me. I was not going to get Clay Kirby. Yeah, so actually I probably did as well as I was going to do guessing Kevin Brown. Not guessing, I knew Kevin Brown. Um, I gotta learn my old people, like, because they pitched 600 innings, and so we're able to come away with, a couple hundred strikeouts. Bill Hutchison, Hutchison, Orville overall. I need to not forget Orville overall. That's a great name. What other teams he played for? Uh, Reds, but as far as this goes, he's just going to work for the Cubs. Check out that 1909 season, though. 20 and 11 with a 142 ERA and 205 strikeouts. Man, he was a beast for a year. Orville overall. Man, I'm going to really hope I don't forget that. On that, I would have, I think I mentioned Zambrano. I don't think I mentioned Samardzija or Dempster. I did mention Arrieta. I did not mention Darvish. I should have been able to come up with Fergie Jenkins for sure, but I think he would have been a very popular one. And then was this Giants? So or let's do year. Tim Keefe. Oh, Cy Seymour would have worked. This Cy Seymour is the one I should have. So Christy Mathewson easily worked. Gaylord Perry did work for the Giants. Schmidt, I should have gotten. Rube Marquard. I've heard of him. Cy Seymour is a good one because he was a center fielder for the Reds after he got done being a pitcher for the Giants, and that's a good strikeout number. So, my takeaways from this are remember Cy Seymour and remember Orville overall, and hopefully I won't have a 200 plus game in the future. Okay, I think this is the worst one I've had. Hopefully I don't cause everyone to lose faith. Episode is brought to you by my book, Baseball's Most Fun Frivolities, which is on Amazon. Link is in the description. And thanks a lot for playing. Post your scores. I know a lot of you will beat me. So hopefully all of you beat me actually this time. So peace out.